Hello everybody. Today I'm introducing a new Haiku application which I wrote in the last couple of days, and it's a launcher. Now we all know taskbar, right? And when you've got standard apps, I've got one or two more here, then that's fine, it works, no problem. But on my main machine, I've got over 130 applications, and I'm not even a gamer. So then you have to start scrolling down, and you could get married, have a kid, and see that kid through college before you get down to web positive. So that's why we have different launch mechanisms, and we've already had a look at quick launch. Well, today we got something else. Now, back in the BOS days, we had something called BeFull. That's what it looked like. Took up your whole screen and presented you with your applications. And also your preferences, and also your demos. Everything was right there. So, source of that is still around, and if you want to grab it and reissue it for Haiku, it's going to take a little bit of work because it doesn't quite look right anymore. The locations have changed. It creates buttons that don't really point to anything. Could be done, but of course I thought, let me do it my way, and so I wrote it in YAB. It's much simpler, it's quieter, less gaudy, but it only shows applications, because frankly the demos, the desktop applets, they are not as big a problem. So let's see where can we find my application. All right, today, Forge. I'll put a link in the show notes so you don't have to worry about that. Go to my miscellaneous Haiku utilities and ports, and then files, and then HaikuFull. Yeah, BeFull, HaikuFull. I know, not very original. I wanted to give it a little bit of a... And on my main system, it looks like this. All right, big screen full of buttons, alphabetically ordered, and it's in an H package. You can see it's for any architecture that has YAB. And so if you want to try it on 32-bit, be my guest. I don't keep 32 bits around. Okay, obviously I have downloaded it already, and there it is, tiny little package, and I have already installed it, so we don't have to go through that. If you don't have YAB on your system, it'll say, hey, I need to install that as well. So once it's installed, go to desktop applets, and there it is. Now obviously on a standard default system with only 2 or 3 added applications, it's not going to fill this up. So this is in normal size, but we got 5 sizes to choose from. Now I'm going to choose huge. And it closes down and tells you it'll be activated the next time you run it. That's because this is a launcher. A launcher launches a program and closes down. So there was no point in me writing a whole redraw system. Alright, so we go again. And you can see bigger buttons. Text is the same size though. On the other hand, if you really have a Olympic quality number of apps on your system, you can go for teeny. And then you get a real number of buttons. If you have more apps than there are buttons available, app won't crash. It'll just show what it can. So let's just put that back to normal. It's very inconvenient to start it from desktop applets every time. That's just to get you started. So I've got two options for you. First of all, link to deskbar. And now we've got a new icon here in the deskbar, and click on it. Pretty cool, huh? Click and start edit. And there we go. If you're starting a GTK or Qt program, it'll take a bit longer because there's lots of libraries to be loaded. Java's just as bad. But wait a second and there your program will be. The other possibility, of course, is to tie it to a shortcut. And here you see I've got it to Shift Escape. So let's try that now. There we go. Activity monitor, why not? So now, what we don't have here is that some apps, LibreOffice, Calligra, will put a submenu there. Right, and then the applications will be over here somewhere, or sometimes on the other side. Now, in stock form, this launcher won't pick that up. However, if you look here, flatten menu, and that's a separate script, and it'll link all deskbar application submenus to config non-packaged. So what happens then is that you will have, the LibreOffice sub menu, and those will also then show up around here. If you can't live with that, I'm afraid you'll have to clean up that non-packaged menu manually. Also, when you install new applications, you have to flatten the menu again. Okay, so that is my new launcher, HaikuFull. I know, I cringe at the name myself, but I wanted to have a little bit of a homage to Kevin Field's original BeFull. And it's not in a repo, you have to go download it and install it with a click. Thanks for watching.